background behind you? Yeah, I got a new studio, but let's leave that for another video. I'm super stoked to show you guys the whole setup, and it's definitely helped my productivity, but I'll be showing you that in a whole separate video. Let's jump into the new MAVIC Pro 2. Super stoked. I got it 2 weeks ago, and I've been using it pretty much every day, finalizing the best settings, and I'm going to be showing you guys what I personally use. So I'm going to go through the 10 best video settings, and let's go through those step by step. What's up, dude? So having played with the MAVIC 2 for the past 2 weeks, it's got to be one of my favorite drones ever. Like, you know, I love the MAVIC Air and the Phantom 4 Pro, but this definitely combines those two elements, the portability and the quality in one, which brings you the MAVIC 2. So definitely up there with my favorite drones. So excited to be taking it around with me. But let's quickly give you a rundown of the quick features, and then we can go into the settings. So you've got the Hasselblad 1-inch sensor, which is insane that they've got a 1-inch sensor on a MAVIC body, and it's going to be incredible in low light because the bigger the sensor, the more light that goes into the lens. If you're crashing this drone, you're definitely doing something wrong. There's a total of 9 different sensors. One's at the back, one at the top, one at the front, one on the side. Like, yeah, if you crash this drone, you've got to be doing something wrong. This film will not let me go near any walls. You can deactivate that. I personally do, just to go through tighter gaps. But the risk is up to you. Alright, so let's quickly go through these 10 different steps I personally use just to get that true cinematic look. And we're going to start off with the cinematic mode. So as you go into the DJI Go app, you can just select on multi-flight mode when you're on the main screen and select cinematic mode. It slows the drone completely down when you're stopping and starting, just giving that smoother look. And when you're flying, and if you came to an abrupt stop, it wouldn't be like such an abrupt stop, it would be such a smooth, slow stop, and it would look more cinematic when you're going around corners and everything like that. So put it to cinematic mode and you'll definitely see the difference. Setting number 2 is a no-brainer. Don't shoot in auto mode, switch it to manual, and you'll have full control of the aperture, the shutter speed, white balance, and everything. So never shoot auto mode, just don't. So when flying the drone, sometimes when you move the camera, it will sharply move up and down. You can actually configure this. So to get those silky smooth pan ups, you're going to go to the settings tab, go to the gimbal option, advanced settings. Personally, I've been trying out all different configurations, and these are the ones I think work the best. For the gimbal pitch speed, I would set it to about 15 or 14. And for the max gimbal pitch smoothness, you're going to be setting it to around 25 to 30, depending on your preference. And that will allow your gimbal to move a lot more slowly, giving that cinematic look when doing pan-ups. Oh, and a quick tip. Well, it's not even a tip, it's just what you should be doing. When adjusting your shutter speed, it should be always double your frame rate. So currently the guys at Polar Pro haven't released the MAVIC 2 filters at the moment. I know they're coming at the end of September of this month, so super excited to get my hands on those. Polar Pro has always been a go-to for ND filters, polarizers, and they get the job done and they're amazing. So definitely check them out if you haven't. So for now, to compensate for the low shutter speed, we're going to bump up the aperture to maintain that shutter speed we want. So next is white balance. Definitely stay away from auto from white balance. You do not want the temperature changing mid-shot. It will just ruin your shot completely. Most of the time I go into manual mode for white balance and just adjust it according to the environment I'm in. However, sometimes I use the cloudy or sunny preset if I'm in a rush. Alright, so next is the 4K settings on the camera. There's actually 2 4K settings on the MAVIC 2. 4K high quality and 4K full field of view. The main difference is the bit rate. So the high quality is 10-bit and the full field of view is 8-bit. I've been personally shooting with the 10-bit just because of the fact I can push those colors a lot more than the 8-bit. You just get so many more levels when shooting with 10-bit. And when it comes to color grading, you can just push the colors so much more. There is a price to pay when shooting with the high quality. It crops in slightly. So it depends on what kind of angle you want to get. If you want that wide angle look, go with the 8-bit, but if you don't mind the crop, the 10-bit is your go-to. So next up is the color settings. I always play around with these with the MAVIC Air and with the MAVIC Phantom 4 Pro. I would always go to the custom color settings, change the sharpness, the contrast, saturation. However, DJI has actually nailed the standard profile. It's not too flat, it actually gives a really good base for when it comes to color grading. So stick it to standard. The next is the color profile as well. You always want to be shooting as flat as you can, depending on how much you want to color grade in post-production. So stick it to D-Log M. I've been using that and it gives a super nice flat image. And then when it comes to color correction, you have so much more flexibility to change all the colors. Okay, so we're coming up to the last final steps. Click on the gear icon and we're going to go through a couple of items on there which you can customize. So first, switch on the histogram. That's going to be showing you what's overexposed, what's not. And for post-production, you're going to get a much easier image to grade when it's exposed properly. Grids, always switch on the grid on any device, always have a grid on your LCD. It helps you frame up the shot if you want to do a rule of thirds, if you want to get a centered shot. And for video, when you've got the grid on, if you're tracking something and you want it to be in the center of the frame, having that grid will allow you to track the object a lot more smoothly and have a more accurate camera movement. And that is it. The settings I use to get that best cinematic look. Hope you enjoy the footage from Australia, guys, and I just can't wait to show you what is in store with this drone as I take it around the world. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, like it if you like the video, and why not subscribe if you like the channel. The next video is the Australia vlog, so you're gonna see a lot of footage from this guy. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll catch you in the next one.